Have you ever wondered if you're dating the right person, but felt unsure about the signs? Today, we're going to uncover the types of people you should avoid dating to keep your relationships healthy. These red flags can be obvious or hidden in their behavior and words. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly who to steer clear of, helping you make better choices in your dating life. Ready to spot these signs? Let's dive in and identify the people you should avoid dating. 1. The narcissist. This type of person is self-centered and lacks empathy. They are obsessed with their own needs and desires, often at the expense of others. You'll notice that they constantly talk about themselves, barely letting you get a word in. Your needs and feelings are often ignored, as their focus is always on what they want or how they feel. A narcissist will be overly critical of others, including you. They might belittle your achievements or dismiss your opinions, making you feel insignificant. Their behavior can leave you feeling undervalued and unsupported. It's common for them to dominate conversations, always steering the topic back to themselves. They crave admiration and often go to great lengths to ensure they are the center of attention. If you find yourself in a relationship where your partner rarely shows genuine interest in you or your experiences, you might be dealing with a narcissist. Their lack of empathy means they struggle to understand or care about your emotions. Over time, this can lead to a toxic relationship where you feel constantly drained and unappreciated. Recognizing these signs early on can save you from a lot of heartache. It's important to prioritize your well-being and avoid getting entangled with someone who cannot reciprocate the care and attention you deserve. Keep an eye out for these behaviors and steer clear of relationships that leave you feeling more alone than supported. 2. The control freak. This individual tries to control every aspect of the relationship, from major decisions to your personal freedom. They often monitor your activities, wanting to know where you are and who you're with at all times. This constant surveillance can feel suffocating and intrusive. A control freak will make decisions without consulting you, assuming they know what's best for both of you. This behavior disregards your opinions and preferences, making you feel powerless in your own relationship. They might decide where you go, what you do, and even who you spend time with, without considering your wishes. Their need for control can extend to various aspects of your life, leaving you with little autonomy. Jealousy and possessiveness are common traits of a control freak. They might become overly jealous if you spend time with friends or family, often demanding your full attention. This possessiveness can escalate to restricting your interactions with others, isolating you from your support network. Their constant need for reassurance and control can create a tense and stressful environment, making you feel trapped. Being in a relationship with a control freak can erode your self-esteem and independence. It's crucial to recognize these signs early and take steps to protect your personal freedom. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and trust, not control and dominance. If you notice these controlling behaviors, it's important to address them and consider whether this relationship is right for you. Prioritize your well-being and seek relationships that support your independence and happiness. 3. The perpetual victim. This individual constantly blames others for their problems and never takes responsibility for their actions. You'll notice frequent complaints about how others mistreat them. They have a tendency to paint themselves as the victim in every situation, seeking sympathy and validation from those around them. In a relationship, this can become exhausting. Their lack of accountability means they never admit their mistakes or shortcomings. Instead, they always find someone else to blame. This behavior can create a toxic environment where you feel like you are constantly walking on eggshells, trying not to trigger their victim mentality. A perpetual victim often seeks constant reassurance and sympathy. They may use their perceived victimhood to manipulate you into giving them attention and support. This can make you feel like you are always responsible for their happiness and well-being, putting an unfair burden on you. Their inability to take responsibility can also lead to unresolved issues in the relationship, as they refuse to acknowledge their role in any problems that arise. Being with a perpetual victim can drain your emotional energy and create an unbalanced dynamic. It's important to recognize these signs and understand the impact they can have on your relationship. Healthy partnerships require both individuals to take responsibility for their actions and work together to resolve conflicts. If you find yourself constantly dealing with someone who plays the victim, it's crucial to reassess the relationship and consider if it's truly beneficial for your well-being. Seek relationships where accountability and mutual support are present. 4. The commitment phobe. The commitment phobe is another person to be cautious of in the dating world. This individual is afraid of or unwilling to commit to a serious relationship. One of the most telling signs is their avoidance of discussions about the future. When you try to talk about where the relationship is headed, they change the subject or give vague responses, showing a clear reluctance to plan ahead with you. Another key sign of a commitment phobe is their unwillingness to define the relationship. They often keep things ambiguous, avoiding labels and any conversation that might solidify your partnership. This reluctance can leave you feeling uncertain about your standing with them and unsure if you're wasting your time on someone who isn't ready for a serious commitment. Inconsistent behavior is also common with commitment phobes. They may be very affectionate and attentive one moment and then distant and unavailable the next. This inconsistency can be confusing and emotionally draining, as you never know where you stand with them. Their unpredictable actions often stem from their fear of being tied down and losing their sense of freedom. Being involved with a commitment phobe can hinder your chances of having a stable and fulfilling relationship. It's important to recognize these signs and understand that their fear of commitment is unlikely to change without significant personal growth. Prioritize your emotional health by seeking a partner who is ready and willing to invest in a serious relationship. Look for someone who is clear about their intentions and consistent in their actions, providing the stability and commitment you deserve. 5. The serial cheater. The serial cheater is a person you need to steer clear of in the dating world. This individual has a history of being unfaithful and continues to repeat the same behavior. One of the most obvious signs is their tendency to hide their phone. They might keep their device locked, take it everywhere, and get defensive if you ask about it. This secrecy is a major red flag. Being secretive about their whereabouts is another common trait of a serial cheater. They often have unexplained absences or vague explanations about where they've been. This behavior can make you feel suspicious and insecure, as you're left in the dark about their activities. Their lack of transparency is a strong indicator that they are not being honest with you. A history of infidelity is also a crucial sign to watch for. If you know they have cheated in past relationships and have not shown any signs of change or remorse, it's likely that they will continue this pattern. This history is a clear warning that they may not value loyalty and trust in a relationship. Dating a serial cheater can lead to constant anxiety and heartbreak. It's important to recognize these behaviors early on and protect yourself from the emotional toll of infidelity. Trust and honesty are foundational to any healthy relationship. If you notice these red flags, it's crucial to evaluate whether this relationship is worth the pain and uncertainty. Seek a partner who values fidelity and is committed to building a trustworthy and loyal relationship with you. 6. The emotional manipulator. This is a dangerous type to avoid in relationships. This person uses guilt, fear, and other tactics to control you. One of the most common signs is making you feel guilty for their mistakes. They twist situations to make you feel responsible for their actions, leaving you constantly apologizing for things that aren't your fault. Gaslighting is another tactic used by emotional manipulators. They make you doubt your own reality and memories, insisting that events you remember didn't happen or happened differently. This can lead to confusion and self-doubt, eroding your confidence and sense of self. Playing the victim is a hallmark of emotional manipulators. They often portray themselves as being wronged by others to gain sympathy and manipulate your emotions. This tactic makes you feel sorry for them and more likely to forgive their manipulative behavior. They thrive on your compassion and use it to their advantage, keeping you entangled in their web of manipulation. Being in a relationship with an emotional manipulator can be extremely draining and damaging to your mental health. It's crucial to recognize these signs and understand the impact they have on your well-being. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect and understanding, not manipulation and control. If you notice these behaviors, it's important to set boundaries and consider whether this relationship is healthy for you. Look for relationships where both partners uplift and support each other, free from manipulation and emotional abuse. Prioritize your emotional health and choose partners who respect and value you. Bonus tip: the financial leech. This is someone you should definitely avoid in a relationship. This person consistently relies on you for money and shows no intention of becoming financially independent. One of the key signs is their habit of constantly borrowing money without ever paying it back. They may always have an excuse for why they can't repay you, leaving you feeling like an endless source of funds. Another red flag is expecting you to cover all expenses. Whether it's paying for dinners, trips, or everyday costs, they never offer to contribute or even split the bills. This behavior indicates a lack of financial responsibility and respect for your hard-earned money. A financial leech often shows a general lack of financial responsibility. They might avoid getting a stable job, always having a reason for their financial struggles without making any real effort to improve their situation. Their dependence on you can quickly become a significant burden, creating an imbalance in the relationship where you are constantly providing support without any reciprocation. Being with a financial leech can lead to financial strain and resentment. It's important to recognize these signs early and address the issue directly. A healthy relationship involves both partners contributing and supporting each other, not one person shouldering all the financial responsibilities. If you find yourself with someone who exhibits these behaviors, it's crucial to set boundaries and consider whether this relationship is sustainable in the long term. Up next, learn 6 signs your friend wants to be your lover, or gain some tips on setting healthy boundaries. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.